Go!
He's a rookie. He's also half Puerto Rican. I don't know if y'all know.
You already know what time it is.
Someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. On our show too, as well, we're all about mental health and awareness.
Yes.
Off and on the field.
Hello, everybody! Best intro ever. I freaking love it. Let's go! We are here. It is Thursday, as you can tell, because you see our beautiful faces. Let's go! Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a fantastic show today. And I am super, super excited. Oh, ladies, I'm so glad I get to see you guys today.
I missed you all.
Happy holiday.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so you guys got to get in here. Let me get in here and share this. Make sure everybody absolutely knows that we are on. Let's talk football, family. Oh, Johnny's on.
Hi, Johnny.
He said Johnny's
Hey.
first.
I don't see his comment. Say something, Johnny. You guys know that song, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know it.
You can make a good song out of that, you know?
Let's go. All right. People getting on. We're getting ready to start the show, everybody. We are super excited to have you guys here on Thursday with us celebrating this wonderful game of football. Woo! All right. Delilah, we're going to start the show. Kate, my girl, I can't wait. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. This is Ladies Takeover. Woo! And I get to host with these wonderful, beautiful ladies. Who do I have that is right next to me? I hate you, Kate.
My name is Nicole, and I'm a little under the weather, but never under the weather in the Saints, as we are a New Orleans Saints fan covering all aspects of all parts. That's about it.
Hey, I'm sorry. That's awesome. I hope you feel better. That could not
I
have
know
been
we
Sean.
do too. I do too.
Feel better.
This cannot be from Sean.
No.
John, I can't believe you're right. Either cat or
You heard it here first. This is a first, ladies and
I snapped
gentlemen.
the picture. I have the evidence. I don't care who it is. All right, who do I have right below me?
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with my girls talking about football. It's so good. We had a nice little break, because we respect the holidays and stuff. And, so it's good to be back.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
It's so good to be. And I am so jealous of your holiday because you look like you had a fantastic time.
Oh my gosh, I was jealous too.
I know. All right, and who do we have last but not least?
I am Kate Elverson, creator of the Ladies Takeover, and I have some really good news for everybody. If you haven't checked my Facebook post and you haven't seen, your girl beat cancer for good. Your girl beat cancer for good.
Ring that bell. Ring the bell.
And my 5 years of waiting to hear those words are officially over. God ain't done with me yet, and you're stuck with me. So
I love
here
it.
I am.
I love it. That makes the show all special today. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited, and I'm so happy for you. I can't even express this sisterhood right here and how we are. I know all of us are just truly happy for you, Kate.
Thank
Woo!
you. I
Hey,
love
so
you
that's
all to
the way.
bits and pieces.
That's the way to start off the show. All right, we got to get into it, Delilah. What do we have first? Ooh, we got to predict the game. Seattle versus Dallas. Everybody in this whole world should know who I'm going to go for as we're currently marching our way down the field. You know, I had to have the game one day. I usually don't watch it, but today I got to catch every piece of it. So we're getting down there, but I'm going to go for Dallas. What do you think, Delilah?
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I was unmuted. Dallas. I think Dallas got this. You know, I like Geno, though. I want to say I actually am a Geno Smith fan. You know, I feel like he got a second chance in the NFL. He's been pretty good with that second chance. So no hate on Seattle fans. I just want to put that out there. But I think Dallas got this win tonight.
Okay. All right. You see it. You see it. All right, Kate. Let us know what you think.
You dem boys. You dem boys.
Wow, Sean, what is happening? What is happening, Sean?
Who hacked Sean Spencer?
Sean, can someone send the police over to Sean and Kat's apartment and make sure Sean
Please make sure my brother is okay, because this
Did
is
David Wright hold Sean captive in DC somehow, and he's typing these words? But no, I have the Cowboys.
Who has them kidnapped?
Anyway, I'm picking Dallas because I hate Seattle after they kept Detroit out of the playoffs. I will never cheer for Seattle ever again, so and wish any of them well. So I'm done.
Yes.
So forever, them boys.
He already broke the record against Washington last week. He broke the record.
Yes, he
He
did.
was tied. Now he broke the record. If he gets another one, then he's just taking off this year. Bland gets another one. All right, Nicole, what do you think?
I think that Dak Prescott's taken off and he's not stopping with CD Lamb in his pocket and Pollard in his other. They're going to go all the way. Seattle may be close to Canada, but our hearts are with Dallas today.
Woo!
We're going all the way. Ollie oxen free. Come on over, Seahawks saddles. Seahawks.
I think this is the first time in history this is happening. This is the first time in history. All four of us agree on the same team, and it's my team.
Yes.
Let's hope. I fingers crossed, because we are known to jack up some games, but I'm hoping that this is going to be a stomp out. All right, so we got to get on to our very first segment. Delilah, what do we have? Ooh, ladies, we got to talk about some drama. Yes, Nicole, the drama of this week was insane. Ooh. All right, you know this show would not be Ladies Takeover if we didn't have some drama. Love drama. Ladies, all right, we got a couple of topics that I want to talk about with you guys because, hey, why not? We got our man, Aaron Rodgers, potentially practicing on a 21-day practice window to get him up and running to be available for the last 3 games of the season. Now, a lot of people are talking about it wouldn't even be worth it. Why not just sit out? But I want to get you guys' opinion. Nicole, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers literally tearing his Achilles and coming back in the same year?
I think that's, it's good to finish off on a season. I think if there might be some bonus and some carrots at the end that he might want to go and get those like all-time records. I know there is a little bit of a manly competition in retirement now with these guys of what other long-term records can I put up, or, where can I put my name in after retirement for, longest yards, recorded yard, touchdowns, and stuff like that. So I think if he's back and if he's serious, I'm hoping he has some jazz. That's all I got.
Well, he better. He absolutely better. Kate, what do you think?
I like him better when he's not playing. I will forever be the anti Aaron Rodgers girl. I just hope he's doing this smartly, and I hope that this doesn't cause another injury down the road where he won't be able to come back from it. So hopefully he's got a very good doctor that has cleared him, and it's not some witch doctor he found in the darkness when he was in the darkness.
Yeah.
And who has told him he can go back out on that field and play, because if not, he will be back in the darkness of being on the sidelines and not playing. So we shall see what happens. Like I said, I think this is why they really didn't go out and search for a quarterback when I said that a few weeks ago, because I think that the Jets had hopes that this might happen. So that's why, they rode with Wilson, and they're riding with who they had, because they knew that their prodigal son out of the darkness, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, would be back. So I just hope it all works out for him, and I'm going to keep it at that, because my mom always told me if I have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. All right, Delilah, what do you think about our boy Aaron Rodgers coming back?
I mean, I just honestly listen. I think that he needs to be careful, because he's not a spring chicken. Like if he was younger, your bones, this is just basic biology, right? Your bones and joints, all that repair a lot more strongly when you're in your 20s and in your teens, right? He is almost 40. And so I'm hoping that him coming back doesn't, as Kate said, really ruin his career before he's ready to actually retire on his own. You know what I mean? Like the what happened to Alex Smith, we all saw it. He never play the same, and that's it. His career was over. And
it's very true.
So I just hope that if he's coming back, it's not from. I hope that he's listening to his doctor that actually repaired his. The actual doctor that performed the miracle surgery that he's getting better from. That's the staff that he should be listening to, because they're the ones who healed his foot. Okay, those doctors and the clinic that he went to, they're the ones that really did the job of repairing the Achilles heel, who are telling him the therapy he should be taking, right? And what regimen to follow. And so if he does come back, I hope that's who he's listening to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I hope that's who you're listening to. And if you feel like you're ready, hey, come back, whatever. But the Jets ain't going nowhere, my guy. It's not so I don't know what you're coming back for, to be honest, because
they're not even in it.
They're not. No. So that's the other part too. They're not sorry. Like they're not coming. You're not going anywhere this season. So you might as well just lay out the rest of the season. Come back next season.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
In full strength. Okay. That's what I think.
I totally understand. I get that. Hey, we want to know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys think about. Oh, there we go. Aaron Rodgers found an alien in that cave. Now the alien is using the advanced tech to heal Rodgers. I'm telling you, it's a miracle, guys. I mean, this happened in September. We're just in November, and he's already talking about a 21-day comeback. So crazy. But we still got to keep it with the quarterbacks, because it looks like Justin Fields. Delilah, I thought about you when it came to this subject. Justin Fields is trying his best with what he's got. With the season the way the season's been going, it's looking like the Chicago Bears will have that number 1 pick to be able to get the top quarterback, Caleb Williams. So I wanted to ask you, ladies, do you think the Chicago Bears should stay with their quarterback? Because if they, with all of these picks that they do have in the first round, they could use them to get top tier around. But it's not every day that you probably get one of the best quarterbacks out there. So, which is not really, well, they missed out on CJ Stroud, because they did.
He's falling out.
He's
balling.
balling
Last
out.
year, they could have had an opportunity to get one of these players. They didn't. They stuck with Fields. So I had to put it up to you guys. Kate, what do you think?
Well, looking at what's happened with Caleb Williams since I follow college football quite a bit, he's really had a demise the second half of his season. He's not really playing very well, so I doubt he will be one of the top picks at quarterback like they originally thought. He's out of the Heisman talks and everything. You're looking at, depending on if like Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels or one of the other top tier quarterbacks that are in the college ranks go that high, then maybe I would look at replacing Fields. But I think really you got to get him a good quarterbacks coach and a good offensive coordinator. And I think that would be a lot of difference for him in the NFL, because I don't think it's him. I think it's the coaches that are mentoring him and bringing him up. And I definitely think that Chicago should really look at readjusting their coaching staff and throwing some money at it so that they can get the right people for Justin Fields. I don't think I would give up on him quite yet, because he has shown many glimpses that he can do the job.
Yes.
So don't give up on him. Give him another season or two, but please get him the right personnel to get him cooking.
100%. I totally agree. Delilah, what do you think?
That's what I've been saying all season, from the beginning, literally from the get-go. I'm like, it is unfair for people to be like, hey, throw him away. First of all, we lost, but it wasn't because of him. He had over 200 yards. He didn't get a touchdown because receivers were dropping passes. The calls that Geske was calling, it's like a screenplay every other. It's like, Jesus, man. There are other, cheese and crackers is what I meant to say. Listen, there are other plays, but he does the same thing. He does the same thing every time. He doesn't play to his strengths, and it's unfair. He is a powerhouse running quarterback. Why are you not using that? He was breaking so many records last season, just on Michael Vick's heels, on Lamar Jackson's heels, just breaking all sorts of rushing records. And then I'm not saying that he needs to be our rusher, right? That's not what I'm saying. However, we know he's mobile. We also know he can pass, but you also are calling you're also calling really crazy plays for him that don't help. And that don't help the routes. It's just, keep him another season. Don't pick a quarterback in the first round. I don't think that's necessary. I think there's other needs. I think we need to beef up our defense. I think we need an edge rusher. I think that we need to beef up, get another wide receiver to help DJ Moore. So that's not just DJ Moore being the guy, because, we tried Chase, it didn't work out. We had to send them to Miami. So, so I think there's other areas that we should focus on our first round picks, and that, we need a center, because they always get injured somehow. We just have really, really bad luck at choosing a center and a guard for some reason. They're always injured, and so that's what I want us to focus on. I'm not saying not to get a backup, because that's always good security. It's just a good idea. There's a lot of guys that I don't follow college a lot, but I've been told there's a lot of guys that you can get in the second and third round. They're not, they're not garbage, that you can actually, do something good with. But that means, like Kate said, you need to get the right coaching staff, because the other thing that we're hearing from young guys, not just Caleb, a lot of these young quarterbacks are tired of going to trash teams that won't develop them, that ruin their career. They've all seen it. They've seen it. They go to these teams that don't help them. Look what's happening in Carolina. You think he wants to go to that mess? They just fired all their coaches. And so, I just feel that the way that the NFL needs to rethink a lot of these teams, how they do player development. Some teams do it really well, and some are just trash. And that's what you need to look at. Get the right coaches to develop the young players, but also utilize the veterans that are on there, because that's usually what you do. You use the veterans to be the leaders, to be the captains, to motivate, to go out there. I still go back to the Lovey Bears because that's the most recent team that has success. Urlacher, Lance Briggs, both of those guys on defense. Peanut, punching the football. Everybody learned from him how to do that punch football because he perfected it. It was every time he punched out a football, you were like, oh my God, you know? And so I just feel like that's what needs to happen before you start drafting. Focus on coaching, get development, then go ahead and draft some young players. Don't go with a quarterback in the first round. Wait a couple rounds and just help Fields. Give him another season or two with a real team. Then you can think about trading him later. Then he'll be more valuable, by the way, when he's actually playing to his strengths. Then teams will trade for him 100%. Because he can go to another team and be a starter versus a backup. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yep, I understand. I totally understand. I'm glad we get to hear it from an actual Chicago fan. Giving it to us raw. All right, Nicole, what you think?
I mean, the guy, he is like, Delilah put it pretty well, but he's 24 years old, so he's like still pretty young. You know, he says here he came from the the Georgia Bulldogs and the Ohio State Buckeyes for college. So I think he has a lot of untapped potential, and as well, like he had, I guess, a thumb injury here and there that he's still getting over. But this guy is young, and I think he's on track to do good things. And like Delilah said, going to a team that doesn't want to invest in a franchisee quarterback is not going to set you up for the right path. So I think, I put it best.
I absolutely agree with you guys. I just think that you got to have some time with him. Sometime when things are already put together, right? You've been expecting him to do things and with not as much, and he needs it. Like, you getting Caleb Williams isn't going to fix the problem. It's just going to put Caleb Williams in the same issues that Justin Fields is having. So I also think that they should keep him. I think it would be absolutely smart for them to keep him, build around it, use these top draft picks that you have to get the best of the best. You have the opportunity to get 3 of them. 3. So I just think it's going to be an interesting offseason. All right, guys. So we got to get on to the last topic. We have MVP. There's so many MVP conversations about who's the MVP. Should it be a wide receiver? Should it be something else this time? So many talks about the MVP. What do you guys think? Who do you think right now deserves to be in the conversation of the MVP? You don't have to pick your MVP, but who deserves to be in the conversation? Kate.
Surprisingly, I'm going to go with a rookie that happens to come out of the Ohio State University.
Okay.
I think CJ Stroud has been amazing for the Texans. Amazing. That kid is balling out and bringing the Texans back to glory. And it's beautiful to see. And maybe another dark horse that hasn't been talked about, but his team is 8-3 and doing really well in the AFC. And I'm looking at maybe like a Trevor Lawrence. It hasn't been mentioned very often, but he's doing an amazing job. But the biggest one right now they're talking about is your quarterback, Janae, Mr. Dak Prescott.
Yes.
He's at the top of the talks right now. I know some receivers are being talked about, but I would say those 3 definitely need to be in the conversation. And I think it would be really like a cool thing to see a dark horse like a CJ Stroud, a rookie, win it because the kid is balling out.
That would be awesome. Delilah, who do you think should be in the MVP conversation?
I mean, I know you don't like this team, but I think Jalen Hurts, man.
Yes.
Like, he was in the running last season. He's in the running this season. I think the guy is balling out every time. I think, for years, people were ragging on him, and there's reasons. We know that. It's harder on black quarterbacks. Let's not sugarcoat stuff. So, I think that if it doesn't go, I understand why Dak's in the conversation. He deserves it because he's been balling out the last few games too. But I think Jalen should get that MVP, man. He was in the running last season. Didn't run it again. You know, he didn't start off great, but then they picked up steam, right? People were like, oh, what happened as soon as he made a few mistakes?
The last
A
4 games.
few mistakes. Few mistakes that people are like, he's trash. Which is like, bro, really? Like,
Crazy.
geez,
That's
come
crazy.
on, man. Like, some of the best quarterbacks that we called legends always had bad days. Every single one of them will tell you that they had bad days, they had really bad games, and people were like doubting them. And I thought it was unfair that he was being ragged on like that because of the first few games of the season after going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You know, and they didn't lose because of him. Because he got those last points, you know. It's not that Jalen was not the reason they lost, you know. The Eagles didn't stop that last play. That's what, you know. So, yeah, I think he should be in the conversation. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins finally. He deserves it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Last but not least, Nicole, what you think about the MVP conversation?
I have only one person in mind. He's the amazing and most beautiful Swiss Army knife named Taysom Hill from no other than New Orleans Saints. I just want to say he is amazing, just only because he should be in the conversation. He ended up breaking a record that ended up getting him into the Hall of Fame with another person for having over 10 different kinds of touchdowns. But right now, this season, snaps by position. This is snaps by position this season. He's had 71 at quarterback, 22 at running back, 54 at tight end, 151 at a wide receiver, and 107 on special teams.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just saying they're using him, and I think they need to use him more in the red zone rather than some other people, but that's a different discussion. But he should be in the conversation. That's all I got to say.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Let us know in the comments who you think the MVP conversation should have, who should be in there. You know, it's only one award. I mean, so many people. I mean, with Tyreek Hill and what he's doing, and we just saw from Deron Bland just break records. I mean, it could be anybody. It's such a great season of football. Oh my goodness, it's just so beautiful. But let us know what you guys think, because you know this is what it's all about. We're going to talk football today. All right, Delilah, what do we have next on the list? Okay, Sam Howell. Sean always tries it. Always tries it. But it's okay. I'm going to root for you too, baby. I got the back. All right, so we got to move on. We can talk about the drama all day, but we got to see what's next on the list. Delilah, what do we have next?
I think it's really nice that someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. Mm-hmm. I'm a big, tough football player, and look at me. Like, I went through it too. Like, anybody can go through it. Doesn't matter how, like, if you're an athlete, if you're a man.
Cause in the NFL. One of our favorite segments. All right. What cause do we have today?
All right. So I wanted to cover this closer to Veterans Day, but again, like we just, you know, with the Thanksgiving holidays coming up, like a lot of us just had too much going on, and so I wasn't able to. But we should salute to service all year round anyway, not just Veterans Day, not just Memorial Day, not just Military Day, all those different days, armed services, you know, all that stuff. And so I just wanted to take some time to talk and how it is that they support the NFL, not just the NFL, but their families, right? So what this is, Salute to Service represents the NFL's unwavering dedication to honoring, empowering, and connecting the nation's service members, veterans, and their families. It is grounded in deep partnerships with the Bob Woodruff Foundation, Pat Tillman Foundation, which people should know who Pat Tillman is. And if you don't, he is someone when 9/11 happened. He quit the NFL, enlisted, and he did die, serving this country. He did die in Afghanistan. And so, his family put a foundation together in his honor. And so the NFL is a partner of theirs. They're also a partner of TAPS, which stands for the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, because people who survive war need a lot of support in a lot of different ways. And so they're connected with them. And of course, the USO, people should kind of be familiar. And if you didn't, and you watch Marvel or read comic books, right? Like, Captain America was doing, also part of the USO troop before, all that stuff. If you're a nerd like me, you already know. The USO popped up. And of course, Bob Hope, the comic passed away. He's do a lot of USO tours to bring comedy to people, around the world that were serving our country. And of course, the Wounded Warrior Project, they're a partner of theirs as well. And so since 2011, there has been more than $66 million that the NFL has raised for all these different organizations and other, because they also partner with local orgs within the different, where the NFL has teams. The three pillars that they believe in that connect to this cause, salute to service, is honor. So the league honors the service and sacrifice of our military through partnerships, grants, and recognition of service members, veterans, and members' families, because sometimes we forget that it's not just a sacrifice of the military members, but their families. It's also a sacrifice for them, especially when they're on tour for a long time or they're injured. Of course, the ultimate sacrifice when they give their life. And so they do a lot of that. Also, empower is the second pillar. The NFL leverages the platform and resources to create positive impact for our nation's heroes in collaboration with those partners I've mentioned and others. The league aims to enhance the independence of wounded warriors, improve veteran physical and mental health, and promote prosperity within the military community, and also connection. The NFL unites service members and their families through a shared love of football, fostering connections within the military community and beyond. And so here are some of the NFL grants. So the Bob Woodruff Foundation expanded to be part of Salute to Service. The initiative is to support service members and their families. Through that partnership, the NFL invests funds to ensure that the nation's veterans, service members, and families have stable and successful futures, right? So they help them find jobs, get education, all these different things, but not just to the veterans, but to the families of those veterans as well. The Salute to Service has an award called Salute to Service Award, presented by the USAA, which is, I don't know if you know that, but it's kind of a credit union. USAA is like a credit union for people who serve in the military and their families. And so they acknowledge. Yeah, exactly. You guys know the commercials, right? Okay. So this award acknowledges the exceptional efforts by members of the NFL community to honor and support U.S. service members, veterans, and their families. The USAA and NFL partnership aims to create meaningful impact and express gratitude to the military community by providing year-round support, raising awareness, and recognizing the sacrifices made by those who serve. The NFL supports the nation's service members by having auctions. I know you guys, if you haven't, if you visit the NFL's website, to Salute to Service, they're always putting stuff that you're bidding on, and all the contributions, all of them, whatever you bid on the Salute to Service site on the NFL, all those contributions are donated to all these service partners. Okay, the NFL does not profit from any sale from those items you bid on. It all goes to support the military and these organizations. Again, through TAPS, the NFL honors families who sacrifice their life for our country by hosting them at year-round NFL events, but also supporting programs that help them heal through mentorship and counseling. The NFL also supports and has transformed hundreds of lives through the Pat Tillman Foundation Scholar Program, empowering active duty service member, veterans, and military spouses with academic scholarships, a national network, and professional development opportunities. With their partnership with the Wounded Warrior Project, they support wounded veterans with empowering programs and resources. Initiatives like Project Odyssey, which is a multi-day workshop that enhances mental health and assists veterans, and I love this part, It assists veterans in rediscovering their inner strength. Veterans can live life on their own terms with help of these resources, which cost them nothing. Okay, that it costs them nothing. So anytime they partner, these veterans partner with the Wounded Warrior Project, it doesn't cost them a thing. But I love that idea of rediscovering their inner strength, because the stuff they see overseas, what they deal with, really traumatizes them. And so I'm glad that this is there for them. And so I just wanted to kind of highlight all these different things that the NFL does through Salute to Service. And so, and I always feel like it's important to have a well-rounded support for military personnel. And that's my cause in the NFL.
Aw, I love
100%.
that.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, salute the service. I mean, if that doesn't warm your heart, I don't know what else will. I mean, Nicole, what do you think?
I think it's quite special and quite nice that the NFL does recognize such a large portion of the actual population for America. Like to think about it throughout the decades and stuff like that. So I know that there's a lot of help and aid out there, and to link that to football to give out that kind of widespread knowledge for these programs is very awesome. So I really appreciate that. I think it's great.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Kate, what do you think?
So many times our servicemen come back and they're forgotten and we don't do enough for them.
Yes.
So it always makes me feel good to know that there are people and there's organizations like the NFL that want to take care of them, want to help them, want to help their families, want to help make sure that they're going to be okay, and offer really amazing services to them. So I give the NFL a lot of kudos for doing this, because it's not done enough. I mean, here these men and women go over and give their all for our country to protect our freedoms and to make sure everything here is okay, and to make sure we're taken care of, as well as they go over and help other countries help fight their battles. So we ask a lot of them, so that we need to be able to give back to them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Delilah, that was just a gem. That was a good cause in the NFL. That was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Woo, you guys make my day with these. All right. What do we have next for our show?
Sean, we need a new video for this hot player segment. All right.
Yes.
Reminding you again. I'm
Love.
sorry. All right, here we go.
And I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's just a big, massive piece of magic. And I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And we were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me, too. I love him. I love him. Yeah. So you already know our girl Kate has the hot players of last week, which was a hell of a weekend, if I must say. It was a great weekend of football all around. It is a tough job to be Kate today, because I know those picks were hard. All right, who do we got?
I did something a little different. Like Delilah has said, I can shake it up and do different things with this segment. So I didn't do the week. I did the whole month of November. So we're looking at the NFL's picks for players of the month. So we're going to start in the AFC and we're going to move down to the NFC. So the AFC players of the month, for offense are rookie CJ Stroud, quarterback of the Texans. He had a 68.8% completion rating. He had 1,466 passing yards. That's a lot of yards to throw for one man in 1 month. He had 12 total touchdowns, and he had 109.9 passer rating. So Mr. CJ Stroud is balling out down in Houston. Balling out. I can forgive him for where he went to college. because he's with a new team now, and he's doing amazing things. Not talked about enough. And I will include also that he was the Rookie of the Month for the NFL as well. And for defense for the AFC for the month, it is Khalil Mack, linebacker of the Chargers. He had 23 tackles, 6 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 fumble recoveries. So Mr. Khalil Mack is balling out for the Chargers. He's making sure their defense is running well. And for the special teams of the month, we have Will Lutz, kicker for the Denver Broncos. He's a previous player of the week, so it only makes sense he would be player of the month. He has scored 36 points for his team. He's perfect with points after touchdown for 3 for 3. And he's 3 for 3 with 40 field goals of 40 plus yards or more. So Mr. Lutz and his foot are dynamite for the Broncos right now. So moving on to the NFC, Janae, are you sitting down, girl? Because your team's on fire.
I am.
For offense, we have your quarterback, Mr. Dak Prescott, and he had a 68.5 completion percentage rating. He threw for 1,298 yards passing. His arm was very much on fire for his team. And then he had 121.7% passer rating. That's pretty phenomenal for a month. Pretty phenomenal. So Mr. Dak Prescott is on fire.
Let's go.
So, moving to the defense, I have Mr. Darian Bland, your cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Woo!
He had 20 tackles on the month, 4 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, and 2 interceptions for touchdowns. And we know against the Commanders, he broke the pick 6 record for the NFL. So he's doing amazing things in Dallas, and he's doing amazing things for that defense. Now moving on to special teams, Delilah. I have Mr. Cairo Santos, the kicker for the Bears. He's their man of the month. He had 41 points for the Bears, perfect for points after touchdown with 5 for 5. He was 12 of 14 for field goals, and he had an impressive 3 for 3 of field goals of 50 yards or more. Wow. Not a very easy feat. And your NFC Rookie of the Month was Kalijah Cansey, the defensive lineman of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had 10 tackles. He had 7 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. So there are your NFL players of the month for the month of November.
Woo!
So, ladies, tell me what you think. Do we think these are fair? Do we think these are good? Crowd out there, you start commenting with your players of the month or the people you thought had a good month. But these are your players of the month per the NFL. I don't pick them. They do. So there you go.
I thought they were absolutely fair for the entire month. There wasn't a player that you mentioned on the list that did not deserve it. Absolutely. I think those were great picks. Nicole, what do you think?
I think that was pretty good. I know that Will Lutz, he's going to be a strong and sturdy pick for the Broncos going forward. I mean, Cowboys, so happy the Cowboys are falling out. I think they might be, it might be them this year. And then that's all I got.
I love it. I love it. Delilah, what do you think?
Okay, sorry, I'm making sure I'm still here. I apologize if you see me all moving around in the background. Anyway, no, I love hearing about Cairo because I've been saying it since last season. He's our most consistent scorer, okay? I'm not worried about special teams. So whoever the coordinator is for special teams, he can stay
Yep.
Okay, he can stay. Everybody else got to go. There's a fire sale on Bears coaches, but the special teams coach, he can stay because Cairo is consistently. Look, he scored all our points on Monday.
Absolutely.
All of them.
All of them.
Literally all of them. So yes, thank you. I'm so happy he got recognition.
Absolutely. Well deserved.
Yeah, I was pretty excited when I saw the NFC players. I'm like, Delilah and Janae are going to be very happy women.
I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. All right. We got to get on to our next segment, which is a dynamic segment, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have next, Delilah?
I'm all about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women and their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL.
If you didn't know, this is the best show in the world because we give you a cause, we give you drama, we give you hot players of the week, but we also give you women in the NFL. Which makes this show so special because I don't know too many shows that shout out women in the NFL, in sports, anything. So what do we have today, Nicole?
Well, I just want to say and report to you that our person that we are going to be following today, Janae, is Tamika Reish. So she is a senior vice president of fan and associated experience. So what does that entail? That is bringing the fandom to the people and making sure that everyone is having the most amazing time while they're viewing their sport. So she works for the Atlanta Falcons, and this is going to be my the only time that you'll hear me give such praise to the Atlanta Falcons, and it's only because of her. So listen up. I'm only going to be saying this once. It only came about in a rabbit hole of me watching last Sunday's game against the Atlanta Falcons. And I don't want to talk about that game, but what happened was Jameis Winston ended up singing some lyrics to Ludacris against Derek Carr, and that got me onto this. What was happening was they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip-hop for Atlanta and the Atlanta Falcons. So what they did was they had around 8 artists come together and do performances throughout the show to give back and strengthen the community. So this was part of Tamika's idea and expression of helping Atlanta do this. So I just want to go over some of the questions that were asked is, A, who is she? Well, I'll tell you who she is. She started as a videographer student for the North Carolina in football operations. This was very early on in her career. Then eventually she ended up going to the Houston Texans, which is just started an expansion franchise at the time. And someone at Georgia recommended her to a woman on the Texan staff. So that's how she got her first foot in the door. It was a role in customer service. Who would have thought? And during the time, she realized she wanted to do more in the planning capacity. And this is because that was one of her main strengths. So at the time on the football operations side in the NFL, there still weren't a lot of women at that time in many roles. So then after that, the year with the Texans, she turned down a full-time job with them because she was on a show. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, the ESPN's reality show called Dream Job. And she was a finalist. So congrats to her. So that eventually turned her role into more of a love for journalism. And so that was the reason why she started working in the football in college, because she wanted to follow one of her other role models, Stuart Scott. So after that, she took a job at the sports talk show radio station in Camden, South Carolina. But after that, it's long career. She had to move home, and it was really, really hard and humbling for her. She ended up going and doing whatever she could for making money and doing just the regular paid job. But then she developed a relationship with the Carolina Panthers and worked game days for them. So she drove 3 hours each way to do that. Then she was finally interviewed for a position with the Cleveland Browns and didn't get that. Finally, in her career, an opportunity in Atlanta arose. Ironically, and I love this part about it so much flavor, is that she interviewed for the position in a corporate sponsorship for the Falcons by a Coca-Cola machine at a hotel on Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Wow.
She moved that mobile tour through Atlanta, and she was a person interview. She got the job a week later, and now she's been there for 19 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she's an amazing, very amazing, inspiring woman, and they did do a little spotlight on her for the next Women Up on NFL.com if you guys wanted to read the article or go check it out. And it talks about her experience with the Atlanta Falcons and how this whole entire game day came about. And she said they asked, what are some highlights that you're most looking forward to? And she said, I quote, "It's a moment in history that we get to honor the significance of Atlanta and the artists who represent Atlanta, along with the community that supports the Falcons, win or lose. Most of these artists' careers were either born here or grew here, and this group has been together throughout the years. So the Atlanta community is fiercely loyal to each other, and we really care about each of these artists." So there was a huge, big pregame where they got to wear 50 on their jersey for T.I., and of course, it was against their biggest rival, New Orleans Saints. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to share her with you guys if you want to go and check her out. But that if you're having a good time at the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it's because of her.
All right.
Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I know it was hard because it's a rival team, but beautiful person. Beautiful person. Delilah, what do you think about it?
I think that's awesome. I love seeing boss women. I'm all about
Me too.
boss women. Yes. Get it,
Let's
get
go.
it.
Right? 19 seasons.
Okay, what about you?
I want to meet her. She sounds like someone really fun to meet.
Yes, I
She'd
want to
be
meet
really
her.
fun to hang out with because when you're incorporating hip hop into the NFL, you're my kind of person.
Yes.
You're my kind of person. Because let me just tell you, hip hop's what I listen to primarily, and I love the NFL. So what a great collaboration. So kudos to her. I'm really impressed with her. I
That was
hadn't
really
heard about
good.
her until you
That
told
was
me
good.
you were covering her. So
That's so
I
awesome. I love it.
love that I learned about someone new, someone empowered, and just a powerful woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's and someone who sounds like she's really cool, like really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with
I
her.
agree. Oh,
Is that power stance? Sorry.
Oh.
Woo!
That's a good
I love
picture. Hey, you ever want me to post a graphic? Let me know. Just send it and I'll show it.
Okay.
Let's go.
I
Let's
can do
go.
it, just like I
freaking
showed-
love it.
Just like I showed Janae's videos when she couldn't make it, but we still did the drama because she sent those cool clips. I can
Yes.
show visuals too. So anybody, anytime, let me know.
Well, guys, that's sad time, but we got to get to our very last segment, and we always get sad when we have to do this segment. But it's such an empowering time where we get to have our next topic, and Delilah's going to bring it to us.
But you need to like not give up and just try your best to persevere through whatever whatever you want to reach, right? Whatever goal, whether it's short goal, long goal, whatever, just perseverance is key. And I know it's hard.
Woo! Ladies have the final say. We're going to go around, give you some positive energy because that's what we do. And that's what we're all about, man. And I, you know what? I'll go first. I want you guys to realize you need to shine bright like a diamond. The song was playing earlier this morning, and I just felt so good because the thing is, I woke up not really having the best day. You know how some days you like wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you don't feel like getting up, but you still got to push it because bills are due. But I heard this song, Shine Bright Like a Diamond, and I was like, oh, shine bright like a diamond. And I started thinking that's how we need to do it. When we walk out, no matter how we're feeling, we need to let our light shine. Shine bright like a diamond. We just heard beautiful news about our girl Kate today, and she's shining bright like a diamond, man. She is just, she's radiant. You can see it all over her face. We love it. And I just want you guys to feel the same way. I want you guys to be, remember that you are a diamond. You are something special, a rare form. Just like they have to go dig out these diamonds because it's so hard to find, and they find these little perfect pieces of diamonds. You are those perfect pieces of diamonds, and you have to remember that on your bad days, on your sad days, on your hard days. You are you, and you shine bright like a diamond. So that's my ladies have the final say. All right, so we got to go to my girl, Delilah. What does your ladies have the final say?
Similar to you, like, my day was fine, but then I left work and things just got crazy. Like I said, like, I went to the gym and I was fine. Then I hopped in an Uber to get here because I wanted to make the show and put stuff together, because I like settling in. But then when I got to my house, because I went to Warriors to get like laundry and detergent and stuff, there was a hole in my bag. Everything fell out. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I'm on the phone at the same time. So it's like, I got to let you go. And I try to talk to Uber. I'm like, no, not you. You know what I mean? Like, everything's happening at the same time. Check my mailbox. And just like, then when I get up here, I'm like, oh my God. I never checked my purse to make sure my charger for my work computer was on there. Because that's what I use normally. That's why I look a little funny because I'm on a tablet. And I'm like, how did I not check that? I've never done that in the years that I've had this work computer. Have I never checked to make sure I have that charger? And I didn't today, and I got here. Everything was like frustrating, and I'm like snapping at people I shouldn't be, which I apologize for because when I'm wrong, I apologize. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm snapping at the wrong people. And then I got on here, and then as soon as I started reaching out to you ladies, y'all were there to be like, it's okay, it'll be fine. Then I reached out to Sean, who somehow is always paying attention to these shows. I don't know how he does it because I know he works. I know he works for a living. And I'm just like, yes, I need this. Like, I might cut off, and I'm going to try to get on my tablet. No problem. He sent me what I needed so that I can log on, access. And then I looked a little weird when I'm off to the side. So I'm like, I need this login stuff. And so, but I was able to access it, and I'm here. And I've had such a wonderful time today because this helps me decompress. It helps. It's part of my like mental awareness, my mental health. The gym is great, but I love hopping on here and talking with other women about football, hearing our different perspectives. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, but it's always a great conversation. I love seeing our viewers in the background. They don't always comment, but I always pay attention to that little eyeball keep going up and down. So I know people are watching us, even if they don't comment. And so I'm just so glad. And so you're right. Sometimes you just have to step back and just be like, okay, it's fine. It'll be all right. Kate came to us with wonderful news. And that just turned my whole life. So I understand. Everybody has a gloomy day. I'm not saying not to be down in the dumps, but look at things, whatever, like whatever it is that you can look to, like this, or just reading a book, or just meditating, whatever it is to kind of recalibrate so that those bad moods go away and you can kind of rejoin. Take whatever moment you need. It's okay to feel down in the dumps for a little bit, but don't stay there. Because there's other ways to kind of elevate yourself and feel better and just, and so this is I feel better now. So thank you, ladies. I love you guys. I love everybody watching. I'm happy we're back. The show always makes me happy. So that's my final thing.
I love it. Oh, I love it. You guys just warm my heart. You really do. Oh, Nicole, what does your ladies have the final say?
Mine is a simple message that I ended up having a conversation with Mark's boss when we were at the Christmas party after a couple drinks, and just saying, don't say I look tired. I was my number one pet peeve. It was the first time I tried wearing fake eyelashes just to get ready for this Christmas party. And someone said I look tired. And you know how hard I tried on my makeup that specific day? I just was like, I had it. I took my eyelashes off. I was like, it was not meant to be. But I looked it up. And there was some tips in just saying, you know, there's other ways of being a little bit more constructive. Saying something that's obvious, that if, yes, maybe something looks off with me, you might want to, like, not say it in front of everyone. But yes. I was just saying is maybe seek to understand a little bit and to say, I could get you a coffee, you know?
That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what? What's his name? I'm gonna get him.
I love you. I agree with you. Please don't tell people, especially women, you look tired. Just
no.
I can't do anything about it. Yeah.
100%.
Thanks.
That's why we have the final say, guys. All right. Kate, what are you thinking for today?
I want to just show you something. Have more happy dances in life. Happy dance. Because I had a huge happy dance this week.
Let's go.
I made it to 5 years. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm well. How can life be anything but wonderful?
Yes.
No matter what triumph or defeats you're facing, there's always a triumph. And let me just say this too. Have more happy dances in your car. I started doing car dancing recently, ladies. And
you
let
go,
me tell you,
girl.
I don't care who watches me. I don't care who observes me. But it's getting me through life. Is pumping the music up and just dancing in your car. Just letting go of life and letting go of all your inhibitions. Not caring what anyone thinks. Not caring what anyone says. Just do your life. And do your life the way that you want to do it. We're too old to worry about what other people think and whatever other people's perceptions of you are. If you want to dance in your car, dance. If you want to have a happy dance, have a happy dance. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to do whatever you want to do, just do it. Just do it. Live your life to the fullest of your abilities and let yourself shine like a diamond, like Janae said. We're all coming back to full circle here.
I love it.
That is my final say, is have your happy dances. Dance in your car. Sing when you want to sing. I mean, shout when you want to shout. Do it all. Be the obnoxious fan in the stands. Do whatever that makes you happy. And you know what? You're going to live a much happier life. Not worrying about what others think and just doing you.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. That's the way that you end the show. On that note, do a little dance. How could you not love this freaking show? We are the best. We are the best. The happy dance. And that's how we're ending the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we will be on Thursday. Can't wait to be on with my girls again. Score is 17-14 Cowboys. We're going to see what's going to happen. But we love all of you guys, and we'll see you next week.